All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't intend this to be an elaborate discussion on this, but let's just as briefly share with us what's your response from the conversation that you had. Volunteers, we just want to take about 5 or 6 volunteers to talk about where is the soul? If the soul exists, where does it lie? You go.
For me, the soul is the eternal part of the human being. The eternal part, one of the 3 parts of the human being. That is the body, the spirit, and the soul. The soul is spiritual, is not visible, but is the capacity or the ability to think, to mind, to have thought. Is the mind, is the feelings, and is the only one part or element we connect the human being with the God. This is the similarity with God.
All right, very interesting.
According to Genesis 1:26.
Okay, interesting. You have a reference also. According to Genesis 1:26, the soul connects the self to God. It's the only thing. It is unseen, but again, the question is that if it's unseen, how do you believe that it exists? And that's interesting because you did talk about the reference to the Christian Bible. So, right? Great. Next.
I just want to say a little thing about what she said.
Okay.
I think the soul is eternal. You don't see it because I remember about 3 years ago I was with my brother in the morning. And about 2 hours, he said, "Oh, I'm going to sleep." And when I went there, he was dead. Oh. And what my grandmother told me that the soul is gone. At that time, it was only the body. I called him, Eben. He couldn't respond. The soul is not just the body. The body can't do anything. So the moment you die, your soul is gone. And like the body, without the soul, the body cannot function.
Okay, very good. And you're talking from what cultural perspective? What?
I'm a Christian.
Okay, what country are you?
I'm from Ghana.
Okay, right. Ghana did very well in the World Cup at one point.
Yes.
They did soulful soccer. So, all right, thank you. That's perspective we also need to think of. Not just from the religious perspective, but also the cultural perspective. As you know that in Africa, it is also the religion of the folk religion also puts the soul in a very prominent context. For example, in the Yoruba religion, it's the Igbo religion. Among the Yoruba tribe, in particularly in Nigeria, the whole idea of the soul itself is you have so many kinds of soul, right? If you die, when you're dead, you're not entirely dead. You have half dead, good dead, bad dead, everything. It is categories of dead. It is only when you complete the cycle of very good dead that you're really, really dead. Unlike here, it's only Grateful Dead, right? The band, right? But that's the whole idea. And we have to connect it to the thing. And also the whole idea of not just the soul, but also the spirit. Now we have problems now trying to make sense of the linguistically, when you think of language itself, what is the difference between the soul and the spirit then? Right. You respond? Yeah. Anyone? Others? Yeah. Go ahead.
I just want to emphasize on what I spoke earlier. When my brother died, we have a belief in my culture, right, that when you die, all of a sudden they go to some place to ask what killed you, and what the meaning of doing that is they are going to call your soul. So when you go, even though you're dead, but you talk exactly as the person, because it's the soul that is talking. So whoever kills you, you confess that, oh, this person kills me, this person did that, and that's what we believe in my culture.
Right.
When you die, all of a sudden, let's say you're 18 and you die, it's weird. We believe that you have to live long. Mm-hmm. So when you die at that age, they have a particular place that they go, and they will call your name, let's say I'm Edwina, they will call, and we name people according to the day that they were born. So I was born on Sunday, so they will call, they said, that's your soul day. So they will call the name, the day that I was born, and they will go on Sunday to call my soul. Okay. Supposedly if I'm not in this world, and I'm not going yet. So they will call and I will confess, oh, this person killed me, this person did that. That's what my culture believes. Some part of it.
That's very interesting because they have shared many traditions and cultures, religions share this notion of when one dies, what happened to the soul, and when one dies, what is to be judged? What is the process of judging yourself, and who judges, and what is the process? What is the ultimate purpose of judging the soul, if indeed? And resurrection itself is a very interesting, a very interesting concept. When one dies, when blood and when the flesh and bones already, decompose. What is being judged? Is it the flesh and body, or is it the soul? And if indeed the soul is judged, what's the process? What is the meaning of it all? When again you said that the soul is a connection between the self and the divine. Yes. And then we'll move on to that.
I think about the soul is our feelings, emotions, or maybe it would be more than our feelings and emotions. It's more our conscience.
Okay, so you said the soul is either feelings, emotions, or conscience.
Okay. It's very attached to each other. They are very connected to each other. But the thing that we cannot explain clearly is how the soul could be connected in our conscience. Okay. Whatever we do, our conscience is calling us, is approving, or is refusing what we do.
Okay.
It goes together with our thinking.
Okay.
And now, the difference between the soul and the spirit, human spirit. We are talking about the human spirit. It's absolutely different according to my religion, even though this is my particular religion. And according to the Bible, and give us the human being be born in a physically we born in alive, but spiritually we are dead.
Okay. Right. One of the things. Okay.
The difference in the soul is that we connect each other in human beings, but our spirit connects us with God. When we are alive spiritually, then we understand more clearly about God. What is God?
All right, that's a very interesting interesting concept of the difference between the soul and the spirit that you mentioned. But also you brought in some other concepts such as feelings, emotions, thought process, and also all this in consciousness. Again, there's so many ideas here that we are trying to connect each other. Which is what, again, as human beings who use language, we are bound by the language that we use. And the fundamental question is, what are we imagining all this language and making all this language work for us? Meaning that, are we using all this limited terminologies, concepts and ideas, and then to define us, and as we continue to do this, we refine our definition of the self, but we can never get the idea of what, again, like the question that we have been asking since the beginning of class, we can never get the idea of the fundamental truth with a capital T, because again, it's so limited in what we do. Go ahead, Chen.
The soul is what contains original sin.
Okay, so the soul is what contains original sin. Can you define original sin?
Like major sin, that a big sin that is committed.
What do you mean by original sin? When originally, are we born with sin?
No.
Okay. What is it then?
Sin that is committed by a major type of sin, not a minor type of sin.
Okay.
Something in the
Yes.
root that we have done, something that
She's referring to the thing committed by Adam and Eve.
Okay, this is an interesting question. I'm going to throw this to all of you, right?
Right?
Are we born We're born sinners. Who said that we are born